Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to include this topic in yesterday's news video, but really it deserves a video of its own. And please stand by for the second part of this video because Oupes has an awesome winter sale, and ladies and gentlemen, they're giving me a solar generator to give away to one of you. So stand by towards the end of the video, the second half, where I will tell you all about their sale and tell you what you need to do in order to enter to win. So good luck to all of you ahead of time. I hope that someone who really needs it gets it. Have you ever known someone that always puts something that needs to be done off? And they keep putting it off and off because they're like, oh, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. I'll get it done next month. Well, it's kind of like when your engine light comes on and you're like, it's okay. It's still running a little bit all right. And then it starts getting a little bit worse over time. And then you're afraid to take it to the shop because you don't know how much it's going to cost now, when if you would have taken it to the shop the first time, it would have probably been a lot less expensive than if you had waited, and now you're going to have to pay the price. That's what it reminds me of when people refuse to at least get minimally prepared. I'm not talking about getting a bunker like Zuckerberg and spending $250 million on an underground bunker and whatever amount of land that he bought with that. I'm talking about just having the basics, ladies and gentlemen. Some food, some water, a way to filter your water, some electricity generating device. Always start with a gas generator. Right? Although I love solar generators and I love solar panels and such, I've always said that if you don't have a gasoline generator or like a propane generator, always start with that first, because you can control the fuel part of it, but you cannot control whether the sun is going to shine or not. Well, here is something that we've all known for a long time. It's just, when is it going to happen? Now, in this conversation that Tucker Carlson had with Dennis Quaid, who's an awesome actor, by the way, they talk about something that we've all talked about in the past. But in hopes that there's someone new watching this video, I hope that you look into this, because what they're saying here is factual. 90% of people will pass away. In other words, they'll no longer be here with the living should we get a solar storm from the sun that's equal to or larger than that of the Carrington event, which happened back in 1859. And these solar storms, ladies and gentlemen, they are cyclic, which means that a big solar storm happened back in 1859. They happen about every 150 years or so. So we are overdue to get hit by one. If you have not read or listened to an audiobook, the book 1 Second After, it is a must read. It's actually a great read. It's a great audiobook as well, but reading it for the first time, man, that is really going to encourage you. I guarantee it will encourage you to get prepared, because everything that they talk about there and all of these things that they go through in that book are things that can really happen in real life, IRL. And here, ladies and gentlemen, all they're saying is what I've said in the past, and many other people have said in the past. There is a 100% probability that an event such as the Carrington event, if not larger, will happen again. So we must prepare for that. We can make it through that. They made it through that in 1859. And although we are more technically advanced now, meaning that we rely more on technology today than they did back then, we can still survive a hit like this from the sun. Accomplished actor and musician Quaid shares insights on his upcoming documentary titled Grid Down, Power Up, highlighting the inevitable of a massive solar storm impacting Earth in a catastrophic way. At the time, Quaid notes that the geomagnetic disturbance devastated then existing telegraph systems, and asks Carlson to consider the potential magnitude of such a disaster in today's electricity-dependent society, he notes. And this is what he says: imagine what that would do now with a large storm. He means a large solar storm. It would take out not only the electricity, but all of our infrastructures. There would be no water in your tap. You couldn't get gas for your car because the whole system is broken down. Quaid hopes that by bringing attention to the potential catastrophe, he can nudge politicians into action to harden the grid against such events. Do you think that's going to happen? If you think that politicians are all of a sudden going to get the will to spend money on fixing the electric grid instead of sending it overseas to other countries so that they can go ahead and protect their borders. And he continues, ladies and gentlemen, it's something that we don't really think about, but there's a 100% chance that it's going to happen. And we as a nation, and I would say most people within the United States of America, are not prepared for such an event. And finishing this off, it says that President Trump actually signed an executive order to harden our grid to protect ourselves against an event like this happening. But that's probably as far as it got. Obama tried to get that going as well, and it's stuck in these regulatory agencies. The only thing that government is good for is to take its time doing something that would actually benefit the country. That's my opinion, of course. Everything that we rely upon will be gone, he says. The food will melt in our refrigerators. Within a year, 90% of the population will be gone. Why? No food. And what happens? No electricity? Guess what? No clean water, no sewage. Disease will take over, and then after that it's just very easy to understand that the survivors are going to be fighting with each other for whatever little bit of resources there are left. I would say after about 90 days, get ready for war within your own nation, survivor against survivor. Now let me share with you the awesome deals that Oupes has going on in their winter sale. They have their winter sale going on all the way through the 25th of this month. And again, there will be an Oupes 1800 that will be given away to someone who leaves a comment on this video. Make sure that it's not a bad, nasty comment, because if it does pick you, the random generator that is, then I don't want it to show something that's nasty on our live stream. We'll probably do it during a live stream, or if we don't do it during a live stream picking the winner, then I'll make sure that I record the random generator picking the winner. That way you know that it's on the up and up. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that there's 101, if not more, solar generator brands and or companies around. So why is it that I champion Oupes? Not only because of their product. I believe that their product is a very good product that does exactly what they advertise to you that it will do. But I believe that it is a very good price that they charge. But not only that, Oupes helps the community that makes it successful. So because Oupes is successful because of you, they do things like this, where they allow me to give away free product. They do things like Oupes Helps, which allows people who need a solar generator but can't afford it to ask them for help. For example, let's say that you have a medical condition where you need a medical instrument to run even if the electricity is out. You go to their Oupes Helps page and fill out a questionnaire that they have, and then they will take into consideration whether they're going to give you one or not. And there's been several people from the AP community that have received help from Oupes because they've done exactly that. So Oupes gives back to the community. They provide a product that, in my opinion, is a very good product. It is not going to power the entire world, but it will power your home depending on what size you get. And this is what they have available at these prices. So if you just wanted to buy the Mega 5 by itself, right now it's $28.79, under $3,000 for 5,000 watt hours, 4,000 continuous watts, and 7,000 watt surge. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a great deal. This unit right here does have a 30 amp AC outlet that will allow you to power your RV, or even hook it up to your house if your house is set up that way. Same thing with the Oupes Mega 3. It just has a little bit less capacity with only about 3,072 watt hours, I believe, of storable energy, and only about 3,500 or so continuous watts. Obviously, it's a smaller station than the Mega 5, but this is still a great deal. One of the things that I like about the Mega 3 over the Mega 5 is that you can attach up to, I believe it's up to 4 or 6 extra batteries to it that will put it above 15,000 watt hours of storable energy. Whereas the Mega 5, you can attach an external battery to it, but it's an external battery that equals what the Mega 5's watt hours brings, which is 5,000, a little over 5,000. I think it's 5,040 watt hours. So if you get the Mega 5 with an additional battery, you're looking at 10,080 watt hours. But with the Mega 3, even though the main unit has less capacity than the Mega 5, once you add all the batteries that you can add to it, you're going to have about 15,000 watt hours. That's what I like about the Mega 3 on top of the Mega 5. But if I had to say that I have a favorite Mega series, it's going to be the Mega 2. I really like this unit. Why? Because it's so portable and you can still add extra batteries to it. The same batteries that you can add to the Mega 3, you can add to the Mega 2. It's very portable. It doesn't weigh as much. It really does a great job as far as output. I believe that the Mega 2 has 2,500 watts of continuous output. The battery is only about 2,048 watt hours, but you can add, I think it's about 4 external batteries to it, bringing it up to about a little over 10,200 or so watt hours of storable energy. I mean, and look at the price. That's a great price for the Mega 2, $1,169. I think you can't go wrong with the Mega 2 because it will do pretty much everything that you need it to do, with the exception of running something like an electric clothes dryer or such, which the Mega 3 and the Mega 5, I believe, can handle. And if you're looking for something that's just going to get the job done, that's not really fancy, take a look at the Oupes Legacy series. They're very good quality. I still have all of the ones that I reviewed, even though it's been a year or two since I reviewed them. I use them all the time in the summer and in the winter and outside, and they're still doing the job that they said they would do when I initially got them. The 2400 is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorites, of the Legacy series, and $1,011, ladies and gentlemen, for 2,400 watt hours is a great price. That's less than 50 cents per watt hour. You remember back in the day where it was like $1 per watt hour, and now we're getting less than 50 cents per watt hour. That's what's good about competition, ladies and gentlemen. It allows you, the consumer, to win. And of course, the 1200, the 1800, what I call the Mighty Mouse, the 600, I think these are all great prices. And again, it's from a company that takes care of the community, that takes care of them. And I will say this one more time, ladies and gentlemen, and unapologetically so, even though Oupes is giving us a solar generator to give away for me to promote this, I want to tell you that if you do not have any kind of power generating tool, electric generating tools or equipment, get a gasoline or a gas generator first. You can control how much fuel you've got put away, but you cannot control whether the sun is going to come out that day or not. A solar generator is a great complement to have with a gas generator, but get your gas generator first. If you have a gas generator and you're looking for a solar generator, Oupes is a great one to start with. Having said that, leave a comment under this video and make sure that you include the word Oupes in that comment, and you will be entered to win. I will go ahead and do a random generator of the winner, either during a live stream, or I'll probably have it done by next week. Let's say by this time next week. So what's today's date? The 17th. So let's say that by the 25th, of this month, by the end of this sale, all right, I will go ahead and have a random generator pick a winner from this video's comments with the word Oupes in it. So your comment has to have the word Oupes in it. I think I beat that horse to death, but I want to make sure. And you must live within the continental United States, meaning the lower 48s. That's because of the shipping that Oupes has. They can only ship to the lower 48s. And what else? It doesn't cost you anything to enter. And I think that's it. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all of your support. God bless every one of you. God bless America. Keep prepping. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.